everybody, welcome back. It is another week. This week, well, to start this week, I'm going to be sorting. I'm going to try and sort 3 kilos of Lego every morning. I've got 2 piles of 3 kilos here and here to start me off for the first couple of days. Just getting through these lots here. And trying to get some of our coloured bag stock up and running again. Also got a tub there and a tub in my bedroom, so there's quite a bit to do still. Also moving on, I've done these colours last night, sorted into colours, most of it, a couple of little bags. This is the Friends set, the Central Perks set, so I'm going to be twiddling away at that as well after this. Monday mornings are huge with shipping, so I've still got that to go as well. And we're changing a couple of things on how we do things. Seagulls up this morning, if you can hear that. I'm going to be putting... let me just get a spot here. I'm going to be printing out invoices on the Trade Me and the Bricklink stores of the purchases and putting them into the orders. This is something I've seen that other sellers do. We haven't really done it. I think it's just a professional thing. I'm also, well, personally not me, I'm not the best hand writer, but Pip will probably be writing a little note on there to say thank you. It just adds a bit of a personal touch, but also gives them an inventory list of their purchases. So we're going to be doing that, which is quite cool. So I'm going to be doing a bit of printing after I've done my sorting. What else we got? We got quite a little bit to do today. Pip's going to keep firing. She's fired me through some more minifigures over the weekend. One of the big things that we did was I showed Pip how to use Bricklink Store. How our process goes is Pip would have a whole lot of minifigures and minifigure parts, and that's primarily one of the big things that she does for the business. Is she creates the minifigures, does the research, goes into Bricklink and stuff like that. She really enjoys that part of the process, so that's cool. And for me, I should be doing Bricklink, uploading them in Bricklink, and sorting as well. Some of the more tedious jobs that ain't as fun. So she does that, but how she does it, I will double check all of her stuff. So we have 2 backstops before we get to actually uploading the part, and it helps because when you've got a new set of eyes on something, it's always good to help reduce errors. So how she would do them is she would write a whole lot of post-it notes and put them in little baggies and then give me the minifigure or the minifigure part. This uses quite a lot of post-its, it uses quite a lot of baggies. We reuse the baggies, which is cool, but there's a lot of time being used there writing, putting the minifigure into the baggie, taking it back out of the baggie, all of that sort of thing. So I showed her how to use Bricklink Store, and I thought, well, it's pretty easy. She doesn't need to know how to do everything. She's not exactly uploading everything because I still want to double check everything. But she can type away all her pieces in there, minifigure parts, because you can part it out very easily. I think it's going to be a massive time saver on her part, because one of the things that we're going to be aiming to do is trying to upload around about $3,000 worth of stock every week, and that comes in the way of our coloured bags that have been sort of sitting around. We haven't done anything with. We sold heaps at full price as well. It wasn't even a sale a few weeks ago, and we haven't really had the time to replenish them. Last week was a bit of a dead week. If you have watched the vlog, we didn't really do a hell of a lot productively. Pip was sore. She had a day or 2 off like I did at the start of the week. Then she punched herself in the face, which kind of sucks. And then she had her COVID jab, so she was pretty much non-existent for a lot of the week. And myself, I found it very unmotivating having to sort of do it myself, and I was thinking, oh, can I do stuff? I didn't really do as much as I could have. So yeah, I'll be getting my COVID jab tomorrow, so hopefully that doesn't put me out, but I've got a fair bit of work to do. I'm going to try and get into a bit of a routine with how things go every morning. So it's just before 7 now. The jug's boiling. I'm going to make myself a coffee, and I'm going to get in here hopefully around 7 o'clock every morning, and do sorting for a couple of hours. And that's what time that is for Pip is she usually does the school run, and she's not a morning person. She doesn't really get up, so she'll have her coffee probably about 7:30, 7:45, start waking up and stuff. And me, I'm a morning person. I just get out of bed. This is me right now, and I will get myself a coffee and I can jump straight into something. It's no problem to me. And that primarily that sorting needs to be done, and I think the only way that's really going to get done is if I just get in and do it. I've got a couple of lots to help myself out a little bit, to start things off. 2 lots have been pre-sorted. We got them late last year. These lots were, to me, not the greatest whatsoever, in the way of there was some sun damage stuff straight off the bat, and the minifigure parts were quite drawn on, so that took a lot of the want to actually do these lots, because a lot of the value in a lot will be tied up with minifigures and stuff. So Pip's probably not going to enjoy the part where she has to go through those drawn on minifigures and decide whether it's worth fixing it, whether it's worth chucking it out. And after that as well, we'll probably have a whole lot of minifigures go out the bin way, into our stuff we do there. So that's going to be fun as well. But yeah, so I'm going to get my coffee and I'm going to set myself up and I'm going to start working. Right, got my coffee. I just realised I probably don't need to set up all the buckets. Today's job is going to be, so you can already see the discoloured in there, going to be quite easy colours when looking at it. This is Pip's job. As you can see, some drawn on stuff there. It's hard to tell what's good and what's not. That is not going to be fun for her. You know, discolour's one thing, but going through little infinitesimal pieces like that is going to be a big job, I would imagine. But I'm going to go through these today. That's my goal. There's about 3.5 kilos worth. And I knew that some of it would be actually chucked out. I want to sort of sort 3 kilos worth of stock, so hopefully that ends up being somewhere around there. I'm not going to try and go right to the mark every single day, and that's how I'll operate, but it'll fluctuate up and down a little bit, but especially depending on time with some lots. But my goal is to get through those 3 bags this morning, so I'm going to chuck on some vlogs or something like that on YouTube, just set myself up and watch that, and wake up and sort that.
Morning guys, we're at Monday. Yay! We're kerfluffling about with printing. I'm just trying to hide people's addresses. Printing, what do you call them?
Packing slips.
Packing slips.
Invoices, packing slips, I don't know what you want to call them.
The thing we've found most annoying so far is if you buy on a cart, not in a cart on Trade Me, and you purchase more than 2 things and it's not in a cart, we'd have to print an individual packing slip per item. We did this the other day. That's actually me on my Trade Me.
Oh, good, I was going to say.
That's my maiden name. Sorry, my married name, which I'm not going by anymore. I bought a separator and I paid shipping, and I paid the $5.52. So we could tinker around with it. We figured that was the easiest way to do it, was if I purchase something and then Tony can fluff around with it. So that's where we're at now. He's got his very concerned thinking face on.
Yeah, I don't know the answer. Printing them out was all good.
It's going to be...
One quite cool thing when I found printing them out, their codes...
Oh, I'll come down.
The codes on the side here, now these are jammed in because I wanted to get them up on Trade Me as fast as possible and they didn't have their location, but for their code I put the drawers location number. So I'm able to use this sheet to go and pick the order. So
Instead of the iPad.
It might save me a little bit of time there, which is quite cool. But the only thing is when I do that, I like to, as I'm picking each order, minus off the stock out of the Bricklink, because it's how they're located and how I keep stock of it all is it's located in the Bricklink stock room for the store. It's not actually up for sale for those things, but just umming and ahhing and having a think.
Sorry. That was me putting my finger over something.
Having a think of just going through that process slowly. I imagine today will be quite slow, which is all good because we're just wanting to see
trial and error.
Yeah, what happens when you do this and that, and what might be the faster way. And we still might not settle on something after today, but yeah, no. And we're also easily able to display purchases and what people have purchased, without having to go through all the containers and all the rest of it.
So you can see this person here.
We've got a whole lot of Winnie the Pooh stuff.
So that's exciting.
And a couple of Unikitty minifigures at the end. So I'm yet to pick the Winnie the Pooh minifigures to get that sorted. But yeah, there's benefits, I think, to this, and a little bit more thought for those weaker points.
The only thing I don't like is you can kind of see up in the corner here, it's got the Trade Me logo. And our address in that, which is cool. But
it'd be cool if it had
there's no. We're trying to figure out how we could build a brick on it.
I think
without inventing it out completely from scratch, our own packing slip.
Yeah,
because that'd be harder.
There's probably something, because I was messing around with APIs and stuff, and I don't know too much about them, but I was messing around with them last week. And basically, if you're not, I don't even know too much about it, but an API is basically two bits of software that talk to each other, and you have this API in the middle that allows you to talk within the software. And I was trying to mess around with having the ability to pull through Bricklink's orders, shipping details and stuff like that, using an API to pull it into TradeMe, and use this thing in TradeMe called TradeVine. You can upgrade your services to something called using something called TradeVine, and you're able to. It's a whole different way of using it, but you can print out a whole lot of labels faster, and you can have different tools, packing slips that look different, that have your business logo there. It doesn't say TradeMe. There's a few benefits, but I think from looking at it, for some reason it wanted to push me down the way of going and getting a Dymo printer.
Dyno, and we don't have a Dyno. We have this bad boy, and I like that bad boy.
Yeah.
And I don't want to have to purchase
another printer,
a whole nother printer, just to use the software. Like, it seems silly to me. I'm not very technically minded, but that seems silly to me.
Yeah, there's probably something you can do as a sort of a bridge you can do. Like, there's probably a piece of software you could do to jimmy it all up, but it's going to take time, and I don't know if I want to put that time in there yet. But yeah, it's racking the brain to try and figure out the best way to do stuff. I don't want to create a whole lot of processes to spend a whole lot more time doing something. Like for this here, I think it comes as a professional thing, because Pip will write as well, because she's the better writer, like I said this morning. She'll write down the...
hey guys, thanks for your purchase. Cheers, Build Brick Team.
Yeah, it's a
little personalised thing. I have
personalise it. There might be our regulars.
My purple pen.
Yeah, there might be our regulars.
I'll tell you what. These pens, if anyone needs pens, these pens are great. Tony can vouch for them as well. He won't use anything else now. It's not going to focus. The little bit on the end is rubber.
Oh, yeah.
So I just spelt purchase to myself just before, and now I can... Oh, can you hold this paper down?
Yeah.
Now I can come along and rub it out. Like,
that's real weird.
These pens are awesome. So I really recommend getting these pens.
Yeah.
But anyway, side note. These I did yesterday. I worked yesterday, guys. Sunday I worked.
To make up for that.
These are minifigures that I've put together. Slightly different than my posters with bag, because Tony has taught me how to use, what's it called?
Brick Store.
Brick Store?
I went through that this morning because I've actually vlogged this morning.
But I did them and I used Brick Store, and I was so excited with myself. So now I've got parts to do today as well. But those are minifigures from that lot 89, which was the drop-off $200 one where the nurse came from.
Yeah.
So I'm still working through it.
Which is really good.
There's shit tons in there.
We've gained a lot of value out of that.
Yeah.
Like off the bat in the first upload, I think we turned that into $600.
And that was 50 minifigures, I think we put up.
Yeah.
And that's the third lot I've done now. So there's some still floating around on your desk.
Yeah, they're on my desk ready for me to put in. That was us going through and me showing her how to use Bricklink Store with uploading minifigures specifically, and then we went into parts. Yes.
No, we haven't done parts yet.
Haven't we?
No, you haven't taught me parts yet. That's on the charts today. You need to have 20 minutes spare for me today to teach me.
But yeah, no, that's...
So I don't fuck it up.
But yeah,
so yeah, we'll crack on with this.
Yeah, it's looking good. Yeah, we sold a whole lot in the weekend anyway. Going to the shipping, we sold a whole lot on the weekend. We had a little bit of a sale on because we thought, well, we were going to actually put one on for Waitangi Day, but we sold so much stuff. I don't want to do that. We sold so much stuff.
What's under
the days leading up to Waitangi weekend, and I wasn't happy, and this is all orders too.
Yeah.
This is just our Trade Me stuff though, I don't want to show details and stuff. But we sold so much stuff leading up to Waitangi weekend that I decided that it wasn't worth putting a sale on and selling things for cheaper. We hadn't advertised it at all. It was just a sort of a plan on Waitangi weekend was going to be a sale. But we were really comfortable and happy with how much we sold before then. So we decided not to put a sale on. So sort of had one up the sleeve, if you will, on putting a sale on. And we wanted to put more stock in the store anyway before we put anything on sale, because I think they mobbed our coloured bags and they haven't really recovered.
We still haven't done them, so...
I've been working on sorting this morning, which I went through before. Sorted through what I wanted to this morning, most of the part. I think I sorted through about... it was close to 3 kilos worth of stock. I want to sort 3 kilos worth of stock a week. So I'll either hit that again to finish up to be where I want it to be later on today when I get a chance, or I will just add that to tomorrow's workload in the morning and get up a little bit earlier.
And I should have got some vinegar because we ran out, so I can wash that stuff that he sorted today, so I can then bag it tomorrow.
Yeah, and get it going. But yeah, anyway, we're gonna carry on, pick some orders, get this going, and
maybe I might even get to keep my separator that I paid $5.50 for.
No. Lovely the lighting outside.
You're the fucking lighting outside. So we sold it. What did we sell it for? 51.
Oh, it says it right here.
Oh, 52.
52.
Because we had a sale.
Which is really good considering the lot cost $200. I think the Bricklink average is about 70 something, but yeah.
Yeah, and Miss 14, she was coming out talking to me yesterday while I was doing my minifigures, and I showed her that we sold it, and she's like, "Oh, why is her hair only halfway around her body?" Like, typical teenage shit, eh? It's like, it's a fucking toy. Get over it. So that was a little bit funny, but yeah, we sold it, so I'm real happy about that. Are you happy about that?
Yeah, I'm happy about that. I'm always happy about sales.
Oh, good. Sorry, I'm sulking this morning because shit's just not right at the moment. But yeah, so he's annoying me.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
But yeah, we sold it. So we'll see if your friends sell as well. The other 3. Hey guys, you wouldn't believe it, but we're still frickin' doing shipping. Just a real cute little note. It's so cute. The total of the order was $34.52. So it's a couple of dollars, and it's just, I'm reading that, I'm like, oh my god, that's so sweet. So I'm going to write a little note back to them and get their order out for them.
Hey guys, it's Monday afternoon. We've just done shipping. It was a big amount of shipping today, plus we were stuffing around with the invoicing and stuff like that, and getting some paperwork sent out so we can send out some messages, and we found some findings, which is good. With how we do things. I'll probably be a bit better organised in the mornings and have these things printed out, so it saves a lot of time. That way Pip can pick up the ball and start going through the shipping process like normal, and it's not too much more work for her. But anyway, I have some orders that I've ordered from other fellow New Zealand Bricklink stores. This is for our monthly box. We're deciding to wind down the monthly box again, just due to how much energy and time it takes into it, and then the planning stages and stuff, and then we have to order. It's quite a bit of work. This is going to be something that Pip focuses on, and she has done the bulk of the work for the monthly boxes, which is quite cool. She's more creative in that thing, and it's her thing that she does. But what we're going to be doing is pretty much making the boxes and then putting them up for sale rather than putting them up for sale to make them. At the moment they're sort of made to order type thing, and now we're going to be switching it up. And there's probably not going to be one theme a month. There's probably going to be we're looking into ideas like a birthday box, and it'll be a personalized birthday box, and also other just basically themed boxes. But for now, this will be the last one we do. So I'm going to go through these orders and start picking them out and seeing where I get to. Alrighty, so I have double checked the counts and stuff. Fortunately, there was only one issue with a quantity, and that's with these 1x1 medium Azure parts. Azura, I think that's how you say it. Someone sent us 9. They were meant to send us 10. It's someone that we don't usually order from due to the fact that in the past we've had a number of issues being their counts on products. I don't name or shame or anything like that, but we tend not to keep going back to people that get incorrect counts repetitively. I'm unsure. I can understand the odd issue, but we had multiple orders with multiple number issues in each order, so I'm not understanding how they couldn't count and use basic maths for that, or whether they use a scale to quantify parts and maybe it's a little bit out due to the size of their store. But yeah, that's one of the reasons why we don't really go to that store. We've got this one here, which is a bit of a funny one. These are the incorrect colour. This is something that I've always been worried about when putting stock into the store. If I put in the wrong colour, I should be building probably a colour, like a colour wheel type thing, so I can avoid this. But these are dark Azura. We asked for medium Azura. These are meant to be new parts, which they are, but I'm not sure, just sort of backwards calculating it myself, how they came to give us dark when you upload them. You sort of know if you're uploading them from a set. They come with the correct colours in the set. So I'm unsure how that happened, but I've contacted both sellers anyway to see if they can rectify the issue or what can be done. But yeah, it's one of those funny things. But all in all, outside of that, everything's all good. It's all here. It's all in good condition, so that's good. And just a couple of little issues. So we're going to carry on and put together the rest of the pieces for the monthly box and then start assembling it.
Right, so I've wandered up here to see what Tony's doing, because every time we normally order from KFCF Bricks, he normally gives us a little bag of lollies, and I always racks off with them. This time we got Lego, which is pretty cool. There's some real fun bits in there. Seats, mine, and bone. So I will find a use for those. But yeah, that's pretty cool. So thanks, KFC Bricks. Guys, we're still on Monday. We've just had dinner. This is my shut show over desk at the moment, and Tony has just picked me an order to pack, because we're dropping it off, eh?
Yep, it's just local delivery.
We're gonna go for a walk, do a 6K tonight, and then drop that off.
I'll just take these out of the way.
So that is the plan. But yeah, I'm still working. I've been working all day. I've been so good today.
It's been a big day, yeah.
Makes up for last week when I did absolutely nothing.
Yeah, you still got a little bit of making up.
But yeah, so I'll pack this and then that's it for work for the day.
Good morning, guys. It is Tuesday. Bit of a slow start for me today. I got up at about 5:30. I wasn't having the best sleep. Got up at about 5:30 and finished the vlog. We were having issues with uploading last week's vlog. Pip, how she puts through her content to push to my side, because we both have different phones. She's got an iPhone, I have a Samsung, and that's what we record our content on. and then we send it through. Pip sends her content through the iCloud, and I can go grab it off the internet. And for some reason, it wasn't loading. It wasn't coming through. She uploaded it about 3 times, and it wouldn't. It finally worked through the night. I'm not sure if iCloud takes time to come through or not, or what the issue was. But yeah, that was a real pain in the ass. But we got there in the end. So I got up at 5:30 this morning, put that together, uploaded it. I've just uploaded it, so it's now probably about 9 o'clock. I went back to sleep after putting it all together because I wanted to upload it this morning. I usually am trying to find a consistent time frame to upload content. Sometimes it's a Monday morning, but mainly I want to keep that to the morning. The video takes time to render, so that is about an hour and a half, 2 hours sometimes to render. So I usually do that as the last thing at night, and then that way I've got a piece of content in the morning ready to upload. So that's my process in a nutshell for that. But yeah, so I worked on that this morning and got that done because I wanted to finish that job. We've got a couple of orders this morning. I'll flick you around. One thing I'm really enjoying about these invoices is they don't have any details in terms of contact information. I can freely show you what people have ordered without actually showing you any information by accident, because it's one of the reasons why we sort of steer clear of showing screens and stuff like that as much as possible. We probably have the odd slip up here and there, but it's good to, well, for me, it's good to showcase just the bits and pieces that have been ordered here. Look at the Lord of the Rings. It's quite a expensive part. Yeah, this will be part of the Lord of the Rings stuff that we uploaded last week. A lot of those parts now looking at it, which is quite cool. Also got a horse. Pip will be really happy with that. She wanted me to put that horse on Trade Me because she didn't feel like it was going to be selling on Bricklink. No, sold pretty good. Yeah, so some good pieces there. A good value order, especially on a Monday. We don't typically have too much stuff to do on a Monday, but our courier hasn't come yet for yesterday's orders, so I'm going to try and focus on getting these picked. So when Pip gets back, she's actually gone to go pick up our packaging stuff, but when she gets back she can pack these and hopefully not miss the courier and get them all on the same courier, which would be really cool. Yeah, some pretty cool parts there. Like this order especially. I like, and Pip's the same. We like when the minifigure parts and stuff go. They're a bit pricier, but it's also pretty cool to see what people are building. You know, Lego in general, there's, you know, we get those orders a lot, so it's like, well, you know, it starts to be a bit mundane and similar to the last order type thing. But yeah, these pieces, they're pretty cool to see because it's obvious here that this person's into the Lord of the Rings and stuff like that. So yeah, so I'll get these orders picked and get them ready for Pip to package up when she gets here. Another thing, I don't know if she'll go into it or if she's gone into it, are our monthly boxes. This is probably the last one we're going to do. I think I'll pick one up. These boxes here, those two are for my boys, so they're not actually going anywhere. And this one here, we're just waiting on a couple of parts for. The rest of them are actually out, ready for the courier to pick up. So this is the inclusions for this monthly box. These minifigures are pretty cool. We both sort of thought they're getting just more with it, more value for dollar. I'm not sure if down the line that's going to actually have a ripple effect on bringing the cost down of some of these parts. Like for you to be able to obtain, you know, some of these parts for $5. These are $5 each. Might be a bit of a worry in terms of the value of the parts later on because they'll probably come down. This here is a mini build. It was of the Pigman. We made our own design up. That was a lot of fun for me. This here is the fox from the Minecraft set that we showcased a couple of vlogs ago. Piece of the month. That's just a few bits of the piece of the month that we did. A headlight brick. I think it's a creeper, not 100% sure. There's a book somewhere. Drowned Zombie, that's him. So there's that. Of course, the build challenge, which is just a random configuration of pieces, and an accessories pack, which includes a crafting table, a couple of weapons, one of the forges, the lit forge, a torch in there somewhere that you can assemble. So a lot of little bits. We're actually pretty excited about this one. It didn't sell as good as we wanted it to, unfortunately, which is one of the reasons why we're sort of going back to the drawing board as well, and putting the monthly box on hold, because there's a lot of effort that goes into the ideas around this and the ordering and all of that. And I think we only sold in the end about 10 boxes this month. So it's a lot of effort for not too much of a result. I'll flick you back around again. Not too much of a result. And yeah, it's probably our one that we spend the most time on and get the least reward for. So we're wanting to sort of have a few thoughts on possibly, well, we definitely want to go away and assemble the box. We want to assemble it before we take orders. That's one of the main focal points of what we're going to try and achieve when we go and pick the box back up again. We want to make themed boxes, not necessarily a deadline box where we sort of have to make it by June or July or whatever, by a certain date, because that's getting hard to keep up a deadline when we've got so much other stuff going on. And also it enables us to have an idea and then get it for as cheap as possible. Sometimes we spend a little bit more than we need to, because we have to buy from a lot of suppliers, spend a lot of shipping and stuff like that to get what we need. In this instance, especially for hold there a sec. There we go, it's better, I don't have to hold it. Especially for the where do I turn that? There we go, that's a bit better. Especially for this month in particular, I think we ordered about 7 or 8 orders from other suppliers, and then it ended up we had issues with a couple of the orders. One of them being the wrong color, and one of them being not enough parts. There was an incorrect count, and issues happen. I myself make mistakes, so it's expected that other people would make human error. Yeah, it's one of those things you can't avoid. So having sort of brought up right up to the deadline, time and time again with the box, and then having to change, like in the end, the mosaic, it's a sword. We make a sword mosaic. We ended up having to change that blue. We wanted a medium azura. We got one that was where we had the issues on that color for both orders. One of them was incorrect count, so we got the wrong amount, and the second one was we got the wrong color. So it made me go back to the drawing board. And sometimes I love a problem, because then it gets my brain going to try and figure out how to fix that problem. I changed the colour from medium azura to dark azura, and I actually had a large portion of the pieces myself. So, well, not all of them, all of the medium azura pieces in that design. So, I was able to actually assemble all of the boxes out of our own store, which was pretty helpful with that. But cost of base plates can get up there. Minifigures, sometimes we don't want to order so much of a box. Like this box, we ordered about 10 of the boxes. I can hear Pip back. We ordered about 10 of the boxes. For that box it worked. I remember in the December box we ordered about 10 or 15 gingerbread houses or something stupid. It was out the gate. So it takes a lot of sometimes time and money for these sorts of things, and you can often have to spend money at a premium. You end up buying not the best deal, but you end up paying for just to get the product, which can be a little bit frustrating and very expensive. I want to sort of open up the idea of importing pieces, and not just for the box, but possibly for minifigure parts and stuff like that from overseas from suppliers. That way I'm not going to so many different suppliers. I will have to wait a little bit longer, but it will actually be a lot cheaper on that front for the box, and then in turn we'll be able to make it cheaper to possibly bring more people in. So yeah, there's a lot of thoughts going into there's Pip. A lot of thoughts going into the box and how that is going to end up, but for now this is going to be our last one for a little while. We're going to go back to the drawing board and try and see what we can jig up and try and make it cheaper, so it's better for the customer, so we possibly get more sales, but also work on our supplier and stuff like that, so then we have a final product that we can put up for sale once we've actually built it, rather than sitting there taking the orders and then having to deal with the aftermath of struggling to put it together and the stress of it all. So yeah, so that's where we're focusing on for that, but we're going to have to put that down for a while. But anyway, I'm going to get off and start to pick these orders for Pip, so she can package them up and hopefully don't miss the courier. Right, so we've got those couple of orders out. I've done a little bit of sorting of used. I'll probably hit that again later on today. But for now, I'm going to get away this friend set so I can clear some of these containers back, because people need them for doing the used minifigure parts and minifigures this afternoon. And it just clears up a bit of space, tidies things up. Still got those over there. Yeah, so got a little bit to do. Pip's going to give me a hand this morning. We're going to see if it's faster with two people getting this away and we don't trip over ourselves. So we'll see how we go. Alright, so I've had some lunch. I decided to opt to leave this out, have another think about how I'm going to upload this, and Pip's gone to do minifigure parts and accessories and bits and pieces like that. So I am doing this by myself. What I've done to help with containers and stuff like that, I've gone ahead and just uploaded, because I've got a lot of these parts already. I've split it up, which is one of the benefits of using this software. All the blues and blacks, there's only one blue, I can click go and then delete that in my existing file down here. And that's one of the benefits that I can see using this software. You can part upload, haven't got enough containers, haven't got enough room to work with or something like that. You can, take your time and do that sort of thing. I'm just double checking counts. One of the things that I do notice sometimes is some of the counts can be wrong with the sets, just slightly. Not sure what the reasoning is, but yeah, so it's good to double check and count, but taking away that sort of, that big chunk once I hit delete means that there's a lot less to do, and then I'll get to a point where I've probably got about half the set to go, and that there is a feasible working space and I can do the whole lot in one go. But yeah, just part uploading even gets work done. $131 worth of value, 1.27 kilos worth of stock. It's still good. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing a part, probably maybe do that in 2 or 3 lots, so it's not so big of a lot, and actually getting stuff away at the same time. So we'll see how that goes. Alrighty, so the second part of this upload, I'm finding it easy. A lot easier. It might be due to the fact that this set has a lot of parts to consolidate, because I've already done this one before. But just working one bit at a time and getting through the stock. It's my little pile of the little bags. Sometimes I can't be bothered at the end of it all to sort them into colours. I'll eventually hit them, but it's slowly chipping away at the colours. But I'm finding this way of doing things very easy, very organised. Nothing incorrect about the parts, I just double count them. yeah, I can walk away at any point and go, okay, well, I've got to do something else, and not have a big mess to come back to, or take on the whole job of doing the whole set all at once, which is really helpful, especially when there's a lot of things that need to keep moving. So I'm going to get this one up and get into the next one. All right, so here we are. It is Tuesday afternoon, about 5 o'clock. Sorry. The first parts of Pope and I tag teaming this this new way of going through Bricklink Store within our own stuff has worked out relatively well. We're able to this afternoon. I worked on the friend set and I got a fair chunk of that done. I'm up to the colour medium nougat, so I'm about halfway through, which is pretty good. But I switched over and we've uploaded all of these wicked parts, and it hasn't taken that long at all. She's done the legwork of finding them, putting them into a sheet, flicking it over to me, and then I do quality control, checking for colours, all of that sort of thing. And it's worked really well because I haven't had to keep typing into Bricklink each individual number, then manually upload each one. And would you believe it? That's exactly what we've been doing, and it's been taking a long time. So we've been able to do not only that, we got a whole lot of minifigures up this afternoon, and that's the second lot of minifigures. We got another lot of minifigures up, probably about the same amount, that's already uploaded into our Trade Me store, ready to go. Those will sit there until I upload them to Trade Me, and then they'll go away properly. But yeah, so 3 lots uploaded this afternoon into the Bricklink store, which is really good. And also half a friend set. So I'm really happy with today's production. But it just goes to show maybe we've been living in the Stone Ages a little bit, and it's exciting to think how quickly we can get things done and how far we can take this new way of doing things. Alright, so it's Wednesday. Here I am at the sorting table. So yesterday was probably the first day, and I was talking to Pip about this, the first day she's able to add any real value in what I do and my side of things. It's considered obviously like a, a 50-50 split. We put in heaps of, work, but it ends up being a lot of the work is on my side, and for certain things. The Bricklink store is solely me sorting, uploading, whatnot else. Pip gives me minifigures, which is great. That might be worth something. But yeah, it's solely me. It's been a bit of a slog to get anywhere and to get to where we are. But yesterday, with going through Bricklink Store, we were able to do things together, which was quite crazy because we've never been able to do things side by side before. Sorry, I'm just waking up. Side by side before, which was really good. It enabled us to get through 2 lots of about 30 or 40 minifigures, a whole lot of parts to go into the store. And this was right from sorting it to cataloguing it to uploading it, and it's for sale. And I think we got a bit tied up yesterday morning with a couple of things, but after lunchtime we kicked off and started working, and I pretty much just about did the whole friend set. There was also, and I broke that down, and it was really good to break it down because whenever I'd sort of had enough, there comes a point when you're doing bigger sets, well for me, when I do bigger sets, and I get a little bit bored. It's like, oh, it's quite long, or I know I've got this and that to do, so it's sort of like, it's a bit annoying, frustrating in my brain to know that I've got quite a few things on. So I was able to pick it up and put it down whenever I wanted, which enabled me to just keep hitting away at it. I think I ended up yesterday finishing up, and I've got about 68 lots. left. There was a time period for about 30-45 minutes right before dinner, and I didn't really have a whole lot I wanted to get started on, so I was able to hit it again, and I think I'm down to, there's not a hell of a lot, yeah, but there's about 68 lots left, 70 lots or something like that, so I should hit that last bit in one hit, because that's not that much. But being able to do that, have so many used uploads as well at the same time. I did a little bit of sorting this used Lego yesterday. Yeah, there was so much things that we hit yesterday, and we just seemed to work well together, which was really good. Yeah, it's one of the first days that I've felt that we've really got a lot done. Like, there's days where you put in 12-13 hours worth of work. I think Monday I was actually working for about 12 hours, we figured out, because it can be a bit of a slog, but that's working a lot, and you obviously should get a pretty good result from working a lot. But for putting in about 6 hours worth of work, it was about 12 till 6 we worked, and we got so much done, and it felt like we got it done fairly quickly. I think it's the biggest thing. The biggest takeaway was we actually got what would usually take me a while, because I'd be cataloguing her parts that she gave me. She would have post-it notes and written the number and stuff, and then I'd have to go and take it into Bricklink and then catalogue it and whatnot else. What would usually be an hour and a half of me putting that in to get it uploaded, it came down to minutes. She'd given me a whole entire page of it, and I just double checked everything, and it made everything really, really quick. I recommend, obviously, people have their own thoughts and stuff, but I recommend people having a proper look at Brick Store, because I feel like it's probably going to be one of those pieces of software that changes the way we do things. I can easily see me achieving my goals this year on how much I want to upload, and I can easily see it being achieved because of Brick Store. It feels as it was going to feel like it was going to require quite a bit of work, but now it's going to come down to how much can I buy, how much parts is available for me to get, because I can hit anything now, and hit it pretty well. So yeah, it's kind of a bit crazy. You sort of, and as I always think as well, I don't think you ever feel like, well, no one should ever feel like they've known everything, they've got everything down packed, and they're the best at what they do. There's always ways to improve. I think, even now we're about 4 years in, it's great and refreshing to still find that there's pieces of software out there, or little bits and pieces that we're doing that improves what we do, because it becomes a bit boring if it's just same thing, different day type thing. But yeah, so that's my little morning rant. I'm going to keep going. My job this morning is to sort this. I've got a couple of little jobs. The COVID injection place that I want to go to is actually closed today, we believe. So we're going to just double check on the internet to see if it is. If it is, then I won't be getting my jab today. It'll probably be tomorrow. But if it isn't, then I'll go get that done. But I anticipate at some point, while I keep my head down, at some point this week, I'll probably be out for a day. So yeah, that's why I'm putting in the work in the early stages of the week, getting things done, just in case that happens. Oh, I've got hiccups. But yeah, I'm gonna carry on sorting. Fun times.
Hey guys, it's Wednesday. We've just had lunch, and I've already done an upload for Tony, but he has discovered that I've been hoarding cool shields in my drawers, so he got angry because that's money, obviously. So now I'm having just a clean out of any bits that I think need to go in the store. Like quite possibly all my capes, apart from my really expensive broken one. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing for the afternoon. What are you doing?
This is the last piece of a few orders that we've placed with our monthly boxes. Just to save on shipping, we got, I think it's about 6 different parts to finish off some minifigures. Got the clown face for the clown, so it's cool.
At least having a spec outside.
Got a propeller for this guy.
The airplane.
Yeah, just a few little bits and pieces to finish off minifigures, so we can get them in the shop.
Yeah, and I'm going to sit here and eat these weird ass chips we found at the supermarket. They're not bad. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing for this afternoon.
That horn, is that from the clown?
Yes.
It is, eh?
Yeah. And you got his head somewhere too.
Yeah, the head in there. I think that goes to that.
But yeah, so I'm going to do this and put some of my stock into the Bricklink Store.
Alrighty, so it's Wednesday afternoon. Just uploading some more parts. This is a second upload for the afternoon, which is good. Finished the Friends set this morning, which was good to get that off the table. Also did a little bit of sorting of used, got the shipping done. Yeah, we just keep on pottering along.
It's finished all his work for the day.
We've got this torso here. Pip found this one in the last lot, and when putting it in and figuring out what it was, she just about shit herself. It goes to this guy here, and he's worth a couple of dollars.
Even Miss 13 just about shit herself because she was sitting there with me.
But he comes, I think, if I go down here,
He comes in the left hand.
I'll go left-handed on the mouse toggle, that'll work. The torso actually comes in a few different minifigures, so it's not as rare as, oh, I just got the torso, where is it? 8 minifigures. Yeah, so it's not as rare, but it's pretty crazy. So I wonder what the rare part is in that. It must be the pants. If we part them out.
Yeah, his pants are not for sale anywhere in...
Yeah, that'll be what it is then. Yeah, pants ain't for sale.
Yeah.
It's funny, eh? That there, it's not worth a hell of a lot. Those pants there are worth an extreme amount.
So if you got them, find them. Sell them.
But yeah, so that was our funny find for the day. Haven't seen something that expensive that's come across the desk in a minifigure before, so that's pretty cool. But we're going to get that into the store. Hey guys, it's Thursday. Just had my booster, so this might be the last time that I vlog. No, it should be alright. I'm feeling completely fine at the moment, but it's only been maybe about an hour, maybe half an hour. Yeah. So we've got this order here, and I'm going to try my best not to display any details. We've got this one just this morning. A lot of good pieces. This one here. All of these pretty much were pieces that there's the end of it, so I won't go any further than that. Were pretty much pieces that Pip uploaded yesterday. Well, I uploaded that Pip gave me. A lot of those shields, shield, launcher, base. So it just goes to show that those sitting around was a little bit annoying. They needed to be up, and this way we've got with uploading and the consistency that we're uploading, we're doing like 2 or 3 uploads a day, which is really good. It's bringing in the sales pretty good. We also got another order overnight going overseas, and that's one of the things that I'm trying to work on is there's only so many people in New Zealand. It'd be good to attract some of the overseas trade and have them make a decision that it is worth paying the shipping. The shipping I know is quite expensive, something we've looked at in the past, but it's about $15 odd to just go to Australia, which is the next country over. So it's quite a bit, but to attract people to come in and go, yep, well it's worth the money to ship it, is where I want to be, because it'd just be good to compete with some of those people over there. That's our first port of call, really, is trying to compete with the Australian market. But yeah, so really good. We're going to pick a couple of orders this morning and get them out. I envision that I won't be too much use, probably after lunch, I would say. I'm going to pick the orders this morning, and also I'm going to sort the last of the lot that I've been working on this morning. I've been working on all week. I'm going to sort the last of that so we can wash it. Then hopefully once I come out the other side of this whole booster thing that everyone keeps talking about, where you sort of go straight into the ground, I should be able to put the colours that are washed and cleaned and sorted into stock, and Pip can make some bags. So just pre-planning ahead for what's to come. But for now, we're going to get these out and get on with our day. Alrighty, so it's Thursday afternoon. Sort of been a bit of it's been a mixed bag today. We had our usual break this morning. Pip's dad likes to come over once a day, most days, and we sit down and have a coffee. That's usually our morning break. So we had a longer morning break this morning, so that was cool. And then we did our shipping, then we had some lunch, and Pip was feeling rather busted. I'm not sure, she wasn't feeling 100%. So yeah, we pretty much canned it for a couple of hours, which is kind of funny because we thought we sort of made plans that I would be the one that sort of down in the dumps, and it happened the other way around. I'm feeling all good. It's probably 6 hours after I had my injection, so I'm all good. So Pip's gone to go get her daughter on the school run. Before we decided to take some time off and have a bit of a lay down, we washed the colours that I've been sorting this week, so we can hopefully get them dry. The plan in my head is to get them dry by tomorrow, and we can make up some bags before the weekend, because I'd like to get some coloured bags up for stock before the weekend. It's not as much as I wanted. I wanted the entire lot sorted, and we still could reach the entire lot being sorted before the end of the week, but it looks like we're only going to get, unless I do something drastic like sort the lot soon, it looks like we're going to get probably about 4 or 5 different colours. We're still got to get through white, red and yellow, I think, from memory. So but my plan anyway is to sort some of these used things that have been sitting here. First I'm going to start with the Toy Story Duke Kaboom type stuff, and I think this is a mixture of 2 sets. Toy Story theme. So there's a couple of things here that have sort of been sitting here. They sit in little containers to the side, and when I get a chance to start knocking them over, that's when I do. So I'm not going to take on excuse me I'm not going to take on too much this afternoon, and the worry that I don't want to jump into something and then start feeling like crap. I'll keep it light and fluffy and start with that. So I'm going to get everything sorted for Bricklink Store, set up, and get into that. Alrighty, so it's Friday morning. It's about 9 o'clock roundabout. Today I'm going to dismantle these two, get them ready to be washed. Put them in separate containers. All of the stuff that I've sorted this week has now been washed, dried. It laid on the we set up a station in the lounge, and the airflow comes through there, and seeing as it's summer, it only takes about a day to dry. Don't really do anything on the aircon. In the winter we use that aircon up there. But yeah, so we've got a few colours here. Pip's going to make some coloured bags. There's our normal coloured bag stock, and she's just weighing them as she goes, because we'll weigh them into stock, because that was how much we had of that particular lot. So she's going to be going ahead and doing that. I've got to probably sort the last of these 3 bags to get them to wash, so then they can probably dry over the weekend, and then I can do that Monday, and that'll be the end of that lot. So it's all good. I'll be able to work out as well today how much Lego I sorted this week, because I wanted to sort about 15 kilos. I don't think I made quite that much, but I definitely think I sorted a fair chunk. In terms of, I'll just turn you around. In terms of the week's sales, not sales, the week's with the inputs, we sort of set ourselves some goals based on wanting to create a little bit of consistency again, and we wanted to put in about $3,000 worth of stock for the week. Currently, Friday morning, we sit at about $2,200 worth of stock we've put in this week, which I'm really happy with. We haven't put in any coloured bags, so we're going to get those in this afternoon once Pip makes them up, and I'll put them into stock. So that should bump things up again. We're going to do another couple of uploads today. So we should be sitting right line ball around where I wanted to be in terms of uploading stock for the week, which is really good. Main reason is if we keep uploading, we see consistent sales as well. We keep making more lots and stuff like that, so, and adding variety, so it helps with attracting people, which is good. And also, you know, sometimes you can go through a bit of a quiet period, but you keep putting in stock, but then people come in, you know, a couple of weeks later and get stuff. So just to keep putting in stock is important for where we want to go, even if we don't see the sales instantly. Just to keep expanding, because eventually at some point, if we put in, say, 2 or 3 lots and then we don't see the sales, but on the 4th one we see progress for the ones that we have, it's well worth doing. I don't know why I've got a cough. Yeah, so not really showing any signs today of COVID symptoms, which is great. It was pretty much floored for 2 days. I had a slight headache at the end of yesterday, slight sore arm, but nothing major, so I just keep rolling on. I'll put in a couple of these sets that I got behind me, the used sets that I've had for a couple of weeks. If you've seen the vlogs, I put in about 3 yesterday. Yesterday afternoon, that's what I potted away with, and I also dismantled a couple of our stockroom drawers, which was good. 2 of the bigger stockroom drawers, which I'm really happy with, finally dismantling those. They took a little bit of work, but working on this working station out here was actually not too bad. I'm enjoying this keyboard. I'm enjoying how fast I can sort of go through things and change things, and I'm enjoying Bricklink Store. So it's looking like I might maybe make some adjustments to this computer to make it a little bit faster, or possibly look at replacing it or something like that. If I am going to set up a proper station out here and continue to work, because it can be quite helpful with not having to walk right back to the bedroom and then come right down here when I'm doing stuff. Bedroom's really good for a couple of the upload pieces of my process, but or when I'm uploading on TradeMe as well. But I had my main computer in the garage, but in summer it gets too hot, in winter it gets too cold, so it's nothing I want to try and climatize all the time just to get work done. At least in the bedroom I know what I'm sort of going to get with heat. And yeah, I can open the window if it's too hot, so it's all good. But yeah, so a couple of little things we picked up. We bought a lot on TradeMe last night. Pip's seen it with about 4 minutes to go, which was really good. Good spotting. There's only about 20 watches on it. It looks pretty cool. There's a cool dragon in it, old school dragon. It looks like the dragon's actually nothing that you can sell on its own. I don't know if that's a sort of, there came a point on Bricklink where they decided to allow people to do the mini build thing and sell the animals by itself or not, or what have you. But yeah, I'll showcase that when I get it. I'll probably get it late next week, I'd imagine. It's coming down from Auckland, so that's cool. I've got a few other things in there. I think we spent about $120 plus shipping. They've got to come back to me with the shipping price. but there's a few little bits and pieces in there which look quite exciting. Definitely, we always like to wait it before we get the stock in, before we get too ahead of ourselves, but the sets that are involved are definitely profitable, and happy to risk the 120 as a gamble for something like that. So that'll be cool. That'll be on the cards for next week. But as things go, we've got probably after a consistent day today, one last day of the week, we've got in 5 good consistent days this week, which was the goal overall, and that means we'll finish up on Friday for once and be happy with the amount of work that we've achieved this week. So yeah, I'm going to get stuck into my part of the job, and that's sorting those colours. Pip's going to be building her coloured bags, which is great, and yeah, we'll carry on with our day.
Hey guys, we're near 11 o'clock-ish. Tony's just put the jug on for me because my coffee's nearly gone. So this is that shitty lot that we got before Christmas. Tony's been sorting it. I've just done some bags, and now I am doing some accessories for him to whack up in the store. So I'm going to go through this. He's just found these that he sent me through a link to, so I'm going to check them out. Yeah, I'll pop some of the stuff in and I'll let you know if I find anything interesting. Alright, so we have 2 of these Trans Red shields. They're not badly priced, so that's a bit exciting. We have 2 of them. So I will go through some more stuff and see if I can find any more, because apparently they usually come in about a set of 4. But yeah, that's pretty exciting. Alright, so these as well. So they're Bionicle parts. They're quite cool. They come from this guy. And they are worth they're worth $1. So that's cool. Just thought they were a bit of an interesting part, that was all. Another interesting part that I thought wouldn't be worth anything. God, look at my nails. It's worth $2.30. Like, simple motorbike part, you know. Yeah, so it's another interesting find.
Alrighty, just about lunchtime. Pip made some bags this morning, and I have just uploaded them, so that's them all sorted, ready to go into the storage containers. She is probably just going to take one photo so I can put a post up on our social media platforms, just to let people know that these are now up for sale again. A little bit of a restock, not as much as we wanted this week. Looking there, there's 250 grams a bag, so that would equal about 4 kilos worth of stock. I want to be punching out, 10-15 kilos a week, so not as good, but with this week, just practicing a few things that we wanted to, hasn't gone as great, just because we've got a couple of lots here which aren't as good, so there's quite a bit of wastage there. So we're going to experience that with the first couple of lots, but after then we should be ramping things up, and hopefully with a bit more consistency we'll see some results. But there's still some Lego as well that is due to be washed and hasn't made it out the other side yet as well, so hopefully we can do that before next week and get another upload done of the colours that are missing, possibly the reds, those whites once I sort them, blue, browns, yeah, so a little bit still in there. There's a couple of browns there, a little bit still in there to come, but yeah, good start.
Right, so I've just finished uploading everything. $122, so that's not bad. So Tony's going to go through it now, upload stuff, and that's me basically finished for the week.
Alright, it's Friday, it's just after lunch. This is probably one of the last things that I do today. This may be the last vlog post. but I have received Pip's document that she's created. Lots of goodies in there. And I've got the pieces here, so I'm going to sort that by colour, tip that out, grab the pieces by colour and start popping it away. Just quality control check and just making sure everything's all good and she's actually got the right numbers. She's doing pretty good with the getting the numbers right, seeming as this is something a bit new to her, which has been great. But I'll just do my double check like I always do. Pays to sometimes have 2 sets of eyes on things as well, so it all goes all good. But yeah, so that's what I'll be doing to start with, and then we just have this white to finish sorting. That's the last of that. These are all here to wash. There's a couple of sets in there, so they're all ready to wash. So we'll probably put them through the wash cycle on Sunday, and they'll be dry ready for Monday for me to do the next sort of thing with them. And there's got some red under there as well. But yeah, so looks like we'll finish up that lot for the week and keep it rolling. Alright, so all of that's in. It's only took me a few minutes. It's so effortless now using Bricklink Store. I can't really rave about it enough. Being able to put up that amount of stock in terms of different lots, price, going from just uploading individually on Bricklink seems completely stupid now. But yeah, no, it's really good. All of these are our new bits, all sorted, and yeah, that will conclude that part. Pip's gone ahead and sorted quite a bit of this, so there's only a tiny bit left. She's now just working on a little wee project with alcohol, trying to get pen out of some of the minifigures. But yeah, that's going to be pretty much the last act of the week. I'm going to finish up that last of the white and call it a week. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you in the next one.